Hey everyone, Scooby-Doo here with a brand new review. I haven't done one of these in a while. And a rant, which I haven't done one of those either. And I'm going to be reviewing today the Sideshow 1/6 scale Jawa 2-pack collection. Just came out just recently. Now if you don't know, these are the two Jawas right here. And if you don't know about my rants, sometimes I go a little off the deep end, so if it gets a little bit much, just turn off the video. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with this review. Now, I normally don't talk about the box, but it kind of goes with everything else. So this is the box. One thing I do like about the box, it does have the magnetic side that opens up. And that's about it. Well, I guess the artwork is kind of nice in the front. But Sideshow, I think, changed their vendors or who they use to make their boxes. And again, I really don't give a shit about boxes. I'm just going to let you know. The box is a piece of shit. It's made a really thin cardboard. I don't know if you can see that. Really thin cardboard. So if you take out the inside piece, it's just going to warp all up. So one, Sideshow went to a much cheaper box. It's going to look like crap. And I know for some of you collectors, you actually like to keep the boxes. This box is not going to keep well at all. So first of all, Sideshow started off with that piece of shit. But again, the artwork does look nice. Now on to the actual Jawas himself. And no, he's not wearing a dress, but that kind of looks that way. You get two of the Jawas. One's a little bit taller than the other, and I want to speak about that first. This Jawa here, that's about a taller size Jawa. Most of your other Jawas are going to be about the same height as the R2 unit, maybe just a little tad bigger. So they actually made this size, and then they made one a little bit bigger. This is like the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of Jawas. Now, are they 6 scale? I guess they did have some taller Jawas. In comparison, this is the Medicom Jawa, which he's a little short guy. And actually, if you ask me right now which ones do I think is the best, I think this Jawa right here is the best. Now, the detail in the gun and everything else is in the articulation is much better in the Sideshow. The Medicom, I think he moves at the shoulders and at the head, and that's it. Whereas this has a lot of articulation. In fact, too much articulation. It does not come with the stand. In fact, let's go ahead and talk about what it comes with. It comes with some other hands, which you basically won't see because they're covered by their robes. But you get a couple sets of hands. You get an extra pistol. You get the remote. I guess that's for the restraining bolts. And that's it. As far as their clothing goes, again, I like the Medicom. It's more of a knapsack kind of material. And this one's kind of the same material they used for the Obi-Wan Kenobi. Just a different shade. The gun is kind of plasticky. I mean, it's supposed to be wood, but it looks kind of more plasticky. And the two set does not come with a stand. They don't come with stands. What they come with is this thing that goes on the bottom of their foot. It's just like a little disc. And you do need to use this because they will not stand up on their own. Not at all. In fact, they're so flimsy. I mean, I'll just show you. I mean, they're literally just a piece of shit. I mean, you couldn't you couldn't stand these up if you wanted to. I mean, the feet and everything is just a big wet fucking noodle. Garbage, complete fucking garbage. So they give us super articulation because the Jawas, you know, they're jumping around and doing all kinds of shit. So you definitely would want to have, I don't know, all this extra articulation with them. What I'm going to have to do, and what I had planned on doing, is I planned on doing the review, saying how much I liked them, and then going and putting them up on my new Tatooine shelf and showing that off. But that's going to be on a separate video now because I have to talk about all this other shit. And besides that too, I'm going to have to get some hot glue and probably hot glue the joints so I can get them to stand on the display because they're not going to stand on their own. The top, Yeah, where's his hood, right? Here's his hood. Oh, and back to his robe. There are no wires, so you can't really pose his robe that well. I mean, I'm sure you can mess around with it and kind of have it the way you want it to look. But there's no wires. The draping on it, I think, is fucking terrible. The hoods, they want you to... I don't know, I guess they want you to put it on. And again, the hood has no wiring in it whatsoever. I guess they want you to put the hood on and then do some kind of macrame shit to get it just the way you want it. And I'm sure you probably could. And I'm sure once I get it just perfect, it'll look okay. But then here's the next thing. And this is, you know, Sideshow taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back. These do light up. However, they decided to go back with a switch on the back of the head. So we'll go ahead and flip that on. Did I get it on? Is it the right way? So once you... There we go. See the light. So once you spent the time to macrame his hood and get it just the way you want it, because it doesn't have any wires in it, and you get his robe draped just right, well, now you can fucking take it all apart so you can sit there and switch the eyes on and off. Brilliant. So what happened to this Sideshow? What happened to the touch power on and off? You did it with the R2, you did it with the C3PO, it looked like you guys were making progress, and then you go back to this fucking switch. It makes no sense. Now, there's going to be some arguments where a lot of your collectors are like, hey, you know what? I don't even use the switch. I don't even use the power on like the Obi-Wan has, where you can light up the lightsaber, and the Darth Vader with his chest gear and everything, which is fine. I can understand that. But in that case, I think then they should have made the eyes a little bit more reflective, like the Metacom. Metacom doesn't light up, but they put a special reflective in the eyes, so it kind of looks like they're lit up, right? These, not so much. You're like, well, they kind of look lit up. No, not really. They should have just done without it if they're going to put a fucking switch on the back of the head. Because again, you're going to spend the time, macrame the hood. Alright, now take it fucking back off. And not to mention, he's going to come apart even with this flimsy ass little stand thing that they give you. So my suggestion would be is get it in one pose. Don't turn on the eyes. Just leave it the way it is. And probably you're going to have to hot glue or tie something on its knees and his ankles and his feet, because they're not staying in place. Wow, so there's a review. This stuff right here is really good, though. I mean, you know, the detail on this, which obviously would make it stand apart from, say, like a Hasbro, which uses all plastic. This part looks pretty cool. So a couple of things, they did the detail really nice on this stuff. The hood, bullshit. The draping is bullshit. No wires in it. Here's just by the way, on the Metacom, they actually, see if I can pull this off and hold on. They actually just, it's just like a hood, and it actually has a wire in it, so you can pose it however you want. So Metacom has a little wire in there. You just put it on and off. Works out great. Looks good. Put it right back on. Boom, you're ready to go. This one, well, obviously I couldn't do it filming at the same time because I have to be able to wrap this shit around, and oh, fell over, of course. Wow, what a piece of shit. Now, am I going to send it back? No, because I need the Jawas for my display. I'm just going to hot glue them. I'm going to have to do some other shit to them to make them look somewhat decent. But as far as Sideshow, spending all this time advertising this, because we knew about these things coming out last year. Piece of shit. Literally piece of shit. Again, I'm not telling you don't buy it. I think it, you know, if you're collecting all the figures, I think you should have a Jawa, so go ahead and get them. But just note, they're not going to stand on their own. There's no wires in the robes. They're a pain in the ass to turn on and off. You're going to have to macrame on the hood. And if you're somebody who likes to keep boxes, you better keep this in a really dry spot, because this plastic is, I mean, the cardboard is so fucking cheap. on this box, it's going to warp. I mean, you can already see it warping. I mean, it's shit. Alright, there's the end of the rant. There's the end of the review. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Again, I did plan on putting this on my new Star Wars shelf on my Star Wars wall. If you're a first-time viewer, check out some of my other videos. You'll see what I'm talking about. And then I'll go ahead and, I don't know, I'll hot glue these things, mess around with them, and I'll do another video hopefully in the next day or two and show you that brand new shelf. So there we go. This guy stands up. Easy to pull off his hood. These guys fall down. Look at that. I mean, this so fucking stupid. Are you kidding me? Look at this. It's literally a piece of shit. Oh my god. But I'll make it look good. I'll somehow make it look good. The stupid switch on the back. Oh my god. And for those other people who say, well, I can leave the hood on, and to turn it on by, I could stick my fucking fingernail into the back of the material and feel for it and turn it off. Yeah, do that a bunch of times. Stick your fucking fingernail into the cloth. See how long that lasts. Alright. Hope you guys are having a good evening. Hope I didn't freak you out too much with all the bad language. And I shall talk to you guys later. Have a good night.